The software development economy is still at the bottom of a drain, which means I've got to take another shift at my second job, which means it's time for You've Been Served. Order up! First up, back to school ads. You know, I was enjoying the beginning of my August, then you had to ruin it by reminding me of the concept of homework. I still get panic attacks every time I hear that upbeat voice. Get incredible savings on notebooks and number 2 pencils at our back-to-school sale. And then I'm all like, I don't want to go back. And then my girlfriend's all like, what? Why do you do this every time? Just get a pack of pens. A month and a half before school starts is too early. You're not Christmas. Back-to-school ads, you've been served. Standardized tests. Never have I prayed harder for the sweet release of death than during one of these tests, which ironically may have been a closer reality than I thought. Washington State has had way too many of these tests, so they're all going to get served. WASL, what a stupid law. MSP, marketing stunt poppycock. SBAC, sort of bullying children. WACAS, the whack ass. Standardized tests, you give children more anxiety than Pennywise the Clown. I'm so glad Washington State can afford these tests for $16.8 million, but not full-time school social workers in the 10% of schools that need them desperately. Honestly, rather than tests, it would just be better to spend the money on a small soda machine for every school, also known as the final boss in the Michelle Obama video game. Ah, the Mexican Coke! Ah, it burns! Standardized tests, I got your number 2 pencil right here. You've been served. Lunchrooms. Any teacher who says we're all equal hasn't had to supervise a lunchroom. High schoolers self-segregate so much it would give George Wallace a massive boner. And don't get me started on the lunch food. You've got a choice between cardboard pizza and a stale egg salad sandwich whose mayo is about 10 minutes away from expiring. I think I'd rather eat Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. At least I can call that food? Lunchrooms, hold out your plate because you've been served. Sex ed. The people who need this class are definitely not showing up because they're too busy raw dogging in the bathroom stalls. By the way, the anonymous question box is a trap because everyone can see the 2 or 3 people that put the questions in, and everyone knew that I thought cooties was a real sexual disease. You've been served, sex ed. Math after 6th grade. Other than engineers, who is this for exactly? And how are there 3 algebras but not a single class on navigating misinformation on the internet? This is how the Russian bots can convince us that the one super spicy chip challenge won't send us to the hospital in agony because we are stupid enough to basically eat pepper spray. What I'm saying is, pump the brakes on the algebras a little bit. This ain't the Fast and the Furious.
But what's real is family.
You're really stretching the definition after 10 movies, Vin Diesel. Toretto. Critical race theory, or CRT for short. Republicans be talking about this issue all the time, like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Can you tell me how much COVID cash went to CRT?
No, I do not know that, but I do know that there's provisions that the federal funds generally are not used, are supposed to be used for curriculum.
Oh,
that's a state.
Oh, Mr. Dodaro, I have to tell you, in Illinois, they received $5.1 billion at an elementary school there that used it for equity and diversity.
Well, I was inspired, and I wanted my kids to be indoctrinated because I am a great parent. And apparently that's where all the funding is. But I couldn't find any CRT classes in any of the schools in my area. It's almost like that class is made up or something. And I was in high school not long ago, and if you said CRT to my language arts teacher, she'd be like, oh, you mean the old cathode ray televisions that have been here for over 20 years because funding to replace them keeps getting stalled by certain Republicans scaremongering about critical race theory? Yes, we do have plenty of CRT here. And then she'd roll her eyes so hard that the principal would give her detention on pure instinct. Critical race theory? This dish contains the amount you're in public school curriculums. Oh wait, there's nothing there. You've been served. The useless letters of the alphabet. Yeah, I'm talking to you C, Q, and X. We already have letters that do your sounds. Y'all can get the up on out of here, and you can take the redundancy of Lord of the Rings nerds while you're at it. You've been served. Prom. Prom is for people who want to dance and party, but wish there was a bunch of grouchy adults shining flashlights in their face the whole time. This will be the moment you decide to ruin the next 9 months and another 18 years of your life. Wish there was good food at prom? Well, too bad, because your school can't afford to even have Arby's cater. But don't worry, your vegan teacher's in charge of the food. Wish you could hear something in the bathroom you're not supposed to hear? Or blast your ears out from mediocre dance tunes from the 90s? It's all here at prom, where it's clear who's socially inclined and who decided to spend their teenage years reading Harry Potter. Prom, would you do me the honor and get served? Graduation ceremonies. Have you passed all your classes but wish you could do more school? Try graduation ceremonies for when you want to sit and pay attention but not actually learn anything. I love having to wait around for 2 hours for a 5-second photo op nobody cares about. Is that your uncle 80 rows back? You'll never know because your school booked an impossibly large stadium it can't afford. And who is this whole thing for exactly? Oh, right. The education nerd who's such a blowhard about going to Harvard because we will see her post about it on Instagram for the next 8 years, but then she pretends to be so humble in her valedictorian speech. I hate you, Cassidy! High schoolers, you don't need to go to graduation. There are way better ways to commemorate your graduation, like the sick parties you're going to have afterward. Graduation ceremonies, you should celebrate this. You've been served. Well, it looks like my shift is up. See you all next time. This has been You've Been Served.